Okay,
The
Joseph,
payment comes out.
could you
Okay.
start?
Yes, of course. Can you get me?
Getting you.
Okay. Good. I'm Joseph Usu. I am an EFL teacher and EFL teaching advisor from the Republic of Benin. I've been teaching for about 23 years now, and I'm also part of uh, the advisory panel for about 6 years now. I've
Joseph,
spent most of my working time in the south of Benin before being retransferred 2 years ago to another part of the country, that is Borgu region, where I'm teaching. I'm teaching in a secondary school called Serge Gama. So I am also a BNT Paraku branch coordinator. So this is what I can say to introduce myself, if you can get me.
okay, thank you for introducing yourself, Joseph.
Thank you.
What about Abigail? Abigail, you have the floor. Could you introduce yourself, please? Abigail. Hello, Abigail. Hello,
I saw her a
Abigail.
few minutes ago. I think she's there.
Yeah, could you introduce yourself? Hello?
Hello, I'm sorry, my audio just got suddenly muted. Is it my turn to introduce myself?
Yes, you can now introduce
Abigail?
yourself.
Yes.
Okay. Cameroon is introducing herself. I'm called I'm called Ekango Awanga Abigail, and I am from Cameroon. I am representing Camelta, which is the Cameroon English Teachers Association. And I am very humbled to be, and very happy to be proud to be part of participants. And I can't wait to share my SLIM experience with all of us.
So welcome to this discussion, Abigail.
Thank you so much.
The first question I would like to ask is in this time of COVID-19, that
Yes.
schools, universities are closing, do you think it is an opportunity for English language teachers to undertake significant steps in improving online teaching and learning? Abigail, you have the floor.
Okay, thanks for letting me start. Yes, I think it is an opportunity for us language teachers to undertake
Hello,
We lost Abigail.
Hello, Abigail. Okay, Joseph is around, right?
Yes, I'm still there.
Yes, Abigail, hear me?
It seems she's back.
Hello?
Okay.
Yes, you still have the floor, I think.
Hello?
Yes, Abigail, we getting you.
Oh.
Yeah, I think her connection is poor, very poor now, I think.
We got interrupted, have the opportunity to know more about online teaching. And
well,
in my country, I must say it has created
Yes. Okay, Joseph.
yes.
Joseph,
I'm there.
Can
I'm
you,
listening to you.
yeah, can you have the floor before Abigail comes back?
Okay, okay, if you give me the floor.
Yeah.
But
Many of
it's, she's still there.
hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Abigail. Abigail, are you back? Hello?
It's a serious matter.
Hello, Abigail. Yeah, we are having some connection problems here. I'm very sorry. Is Joseph around?
Teachers in my
I'm
area,
around.
yes, it has COVID-19 has given us an opportunity for undertaking or to undertake significant online learning steps. Of course,
Okay.
we are not
Good.
happy. We are not happy of the health crisis, but at least we can get involved in something fascinating like online.
Um, okay, Joseph, you have the floor, Joseph. Will you share
Okay,
your experience? Yeah. What is your
of course I
opinion?
will. Good. I must say that I'm representing Binti, Benin National Teacher of English Association. And to your first question, I would say absolutely. I think this COVID time could be an opportunity for teachers around the globe to step forward in improving their online learning and teaching. And first, teachers, due to the lockdown, and in order not to be bored, are you getting me?
Yeah, we getting
They
you.
are good. Not to be bored, they are obliged to be online, sharing ideas. This could be a favorable moment for them to undertake more online activities in the framework of their teaching practices. They may therefore improve and develop professionally. For example, no sooner had I posted an announcement about online classes on my status than many teachers joined the classes. They asked to stay in the group so as to follow and know how to do it. Secondly, I think this may allow them to discover all the numerous resources available for them online. So I think it's absolutely, it will be an opportunity for teachers to learn more, to get, to improve, to undertake significant steps in this COVID time. So this is what I can say. Thank you.
Okay, great. I can see Answa Soare around. Hello,
Oh,
Answa. Hello? Hello, Answa Soare. Hello? He's not here. All right, good. Let's continue with our debate. Now,
good.
tell me your experience. What are the different experiences you are having in your country concern in this time of COVID-19 concerning online teaching, especially I would say online English teaching.
Good.
Abigail,
Do I
are
still
you
have the floor?
Abigail? Abigail? Okay, Joseph, I'm sorry, you're going to talk again.
So I still have the floor.
You have the floor.
Good. So your second question is to know if I can
Your
make an account of my experience in teaching during
yeah,
this COVID time. Good.
definitely.
Uh, yes. This context of COVID pandemic, I have created WhatsApp groups for online classes. This is of course unusual in my area, At first, people do not believe it. They do not believe it could work, but they realize we are doing well. In fact, at the beginning, it was a learner who sent me a message in boss asking me
Yeah,
to
Joseph.
try to give. Yes, yes.
Joseph, just give me 1 second. I would like the participant to switch off the microphone. Could you please
All
switch
right,
off your microphone, please?
all right, all right.
Okay, you can continue.
Very good. Thank you. Then I was saying that at the beginning, it was a learner that sent me a message in boss asking me to just give him an assignment, an activity that I could correct with him. Then I seize the opportunity, I take advantage of this and create online classes. And then with time, we have now 3 classes, uh, an EFL candidate. And most classes are for candidates to the different exams. So we have a class for, we have one class for EFL, E-levels candidate. We have another group for E-level candidate for ESP, I mean English for specific purposes, those candidates for, we call here G1, G2, G3. And then I also have another one for A-level candidates. So this is the group we are having now. We are having 3 groups for online classes. And what are our timetable? For EFL A-level candidates classes, we open on Mondays and Wednesday from 10 to 12, from 10 to 12 in the morning. For ESP A-level candidates classes, we open on Tuesdays and on Thursdays from 10 to 12. And for A-level candidates classes, we open on Wednesdays from 4 to 6 p.m. and on Fridays from 10 a.m. to 12. So these are the timetable we are following now. Now, what are the activities that we are doing? Most of the activities come from learners. They are exercises they brought by themselves, but we also add our proper activities that could foster learning capacities for them to sit efficiently for the exam. Our activities most of the time focus on reading comprehension, vocabulary, grammar, and writing. So this is what we are doing, what I'm doing with my student. And nationwide, the groups have members nationwide. We have candidates from the south, from the north, from east and west. By the time I'm talking now, I think we should have in each group. In the first group, I have about 80 students. In the second group, about 20. I mean, the candidate for G1, G2, G3, I mean, technical and vocational candidates. We have about 25 or something like that. And for O level, those who are sitting for BPC, we have about 30 students for the time being. So to put it in a nutshell, this is what we are doing here in Benin. The experience I can share with you, Dr. Flavian. So I can give you back the floor. Thank you.
Thank you. Could you share with the participants the platform you use with your students?
Well, yes, we are using WhatsApp group. It's only WhatsApp group we are using now because we are having problem. It's an unusual activity. People are not used to it, so we just trying with WhatsApp group for the time being.
Okay. Now
Yeah.
it is the turn of Abigail.
All
Abigail.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
Now.
you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, she's back now.
I'm sorry, I had some stress with my audio.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Talking about experiences, it's very, very timid this way because of so many reasons. Though we started having some online classes with part of our students, not all, simply because not everybody or not all the students have a mobile phone. And even those who have mobile phones, not everyone is informed about teachers being available for online learning. So many students have gone for vacations all over the country. So online teaching as concerns English in Cameroon is, especially in my area where I teach, is still very, very timid. But like my other colleagues said, we make great use of WhatsApp. And I just discovered that with WhatsApp broadcast, I could manage a class of
We
100
have
and,
lost
and more.
again Abigail. I'm very sorry. Uh, okay, let's continue with
Hello?
this debate.
Yeah, I think
Said,
Abigail is
Hello?
there.
Hello?
Hello,
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 I'm
Abigail.
Abigail.
not,
Are you
I don't think I'm lost yet.
No, 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 you are
okay?
there.
Okay,
I can see you.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. So, so,
okay.
so I'm saying that um, w- I am using, for instance, WhatsApp for my online lessons with my students, and more especially WhatsApp broadcast. What is very special with WhatsApp broadcast is that though I'm dealing with one class per session, these students don't get to see themselves. So I managed to keep my authority because they don't have the possibility of aiming slangs during our short lessons. They just think that I am giving them a private lesson. Meanwhile, I, as a teacher, I'm giving it to a whole group of students, but without them knowing they are a group. And I have been able to manage my way through WhatsApp broadcasts to have some of my premier students continue grammar lessons, vocabulary lessons, and some short lessons on essay writing. I also use emails. Some of my students who have emails can do a lot more of writing and send them to my email address. And then I try to correct it and I send them back to them. I insist that it is not very, very popular yet because we have the first barrier of not having all the phone numbers of all our parents. So we're just starting timidly.
That's it.
But for the few that we've got, it's not bad. So maybe with time, we don't wish the pandemic to mess our academic year, but maybe with time or as time goes on, we are getting more and more of those students coming online, and um, gradually we get involving them much more in online activities with the few material, ICT material that we have available. That's all I can share with you for experiences for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. And I would like to have some elaboration on what you have just said. You talk of
Yes.
WhatsApp broadcast or WhatsApp
Yeah.
broadcast. Could you please
Yeah.
Yes.
clarify a little bit on that?
Okay. Well, WhatsApp broadcast is, it's one of the functions of WhatsApp that we have. Now, if you go to your right hand, three famous buttons on the right side of our WhatsApp, you click there, you're going to notice that there's something called WhatsApp broadcast. And what
Yes.
is special about WhatsApp broadcast is that you do form a group, but those group members don't see each other. And I think WhatsApp broadcast is semi-perfect for managing a classroom, because when if you just form or create a simple WhatsApp group, those students just get to meet each other and they start aiming slangs and they derail from the objective of learning. So I rather use WhatsApp broadcast because they don't get to see each other, but they all belong to one group that I have created. So when I give assignments, everybody receives it individually and send back their work for correction individually too.
Yes.
Okay, thank you for elaborating on this. Now, tell me, do you think uh, teachers are well equipped? I would say teachers as well as students are very equipped in this, I mean, to teach or to learn through online in this context of COVID-19. Joseph, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you. So the question is whether teachers and students are well equipped with technical skills to function in the new environment. Well, honestly, I would say neither the teachers nor the student are well equipped because, you know, for teachers, they need to prepare the activities on the computer with all the necessary ingredients so as to maintain learners tuned in the group, not to get bored. And this is also a challenge when it comes to deal with students' answers. When you have to correct student answers, it's not easy at all. So I think teachers are not well equipped. One has to be technically efficient and astute to go about all this, and this is not easy. When you take students, um, some don't even know how to read a document in PDF or PowerPoint version. This is a real problem. So nor do they know how to answer an assignment and post it into the group. They are not technically well set, I mean. So I think it's a serious problem. You know, teachers, when they are, because of the evolution, technical revolution, they are using smartphone, and this oblige them to have some technical, let's put it into inverted commas, some technical skills about how to manage, how to use smartphone. But not that they not all of them are well equipped to use that smartphone. I must confess there are teachers this 21st century who don't know how to use a computer. So it's a serious problem.
Kun yi magana? Me
And
yake cewa?
so this is, I think, teachers are not well equipped, and this is new. Online classes is a new, something new for teachers. When I've created my groups on online on WhatsApp broadcast, there were a lot to come to me to join the group. Though I told them, yes, the group are only for students. They say they won't stay just to see how it happens, just to learn how I'm managing the group, how I am correcting learners' assignment, I mean learners' production online, telling them how I manage. So this is just to show that they are not well equipped with the technical skills. And we are doing our best here. I'm planning to do something. I think we will come to that question. I think it will be question 5, I think. So when we get there, I will say what I'm planning to do with all those teachers who are willing to learn more about the technical aspect of the thing. It's not easy at all, I think. Thank you.
Okay, Abigail, it is your turn now.
Okay. Talking about being well equipped, like Joseph said, I would also say no, because we're just dealing with what the Francophone man in Cameroon will call moyen de bord. Most of us
You're
teachers,
right.
yeah, we say in French, on utilise les moyens de bord, and it's true, because we haven't had enough workshops on online learning. We are just so new in the environment, and we're just trying to make use of the little we have to not to keep the students idle, and it helps cultivate us the teachers too, because to be honest, before this COVID-19 forced rest period, I had never actually really been engaged into real active online teaching. But ever since I got into online teaching, I realized that I learned a lot, and I still realize that there is so much to learn about. And um, like Joseph said, when we're coming to barriers and obviously solutions, maybe we're going to talk about how we can help our colleagues who are new in it or who shy away from online teaching, maybe by
Definitely,
Paris, and
definitely.
our, our students too, to get used to the notion of online learning. What is intriguing is that most of these students do have Android phones, but are not interested, might be because we haven't given them an interesting approach of online learning. Maybe if we help these students understand the interesting or the interested part of online learning, we might get a number of them involved in learning online, and it will be easier for us, the teachers, to follow them up during our free moments. So we are not well equipped, neither us, the teachers, nor the learners, but we have to work out something in the
Okay.
nearest future.
Uh, Thank you. You mean in Africa or in Cameroon and in Benin, teachers as well as students are not well equipped for the time being
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
that challenge of
Neither the
online
teacher
teaching.
nor the students.
Not the students. Yeah.
Not the
Now,
student.
apart from that, what are the other barriers, other challenges you meet on online teaching? Yes, Joseph.
Do I have the floor?
Yeah,
Joseph
you
has
have
the
the floor.
floor.
All right, all right. As if I have to talk about barriers to online English teaching in Benin, I would say first of all that teachers, both teachers and learners, don't have free access to internet. It's a serious problem, and I think this is general in Africa. It's common. You can see how Abigail is fighting against
Yes.
this connectivity problem,
Yeah.
connection problem in her country over there. Uh, Poor network coverage. This is another barrier. There are some areas, some region which are not covered at all. So it's a barrier. Some area are not covered. I mentioned that. It is relatively easy. Another barrier. It is relatively easy for teachers or grown up to buy data or airtime,
Yeah.
but for student it's difficult, it's extremely difficult, and this is a problem I'm having maintain my learners in the group. Today you will see them connected, they are in the group, they're working with you, but tomorrow you not have them on, you not have them on board, because
Exactly.
just because they don't have money to buy credit, they don't have money to buy airtime or data. Good. Most learners, they don't have a smartphone. They don't have a smartphone. In my announcement, I put a notice that parents should let their learners, I mean the student, the children use their smartphone if they want them to learn. Just for the period of time we're working, they just let the children to use their mobile phone. So I said, uh, students don't have mobile phone. Abigail mentioned Android phone. They don't have. It's a serious barrier. Most students lack technical skills. I mentioned it a few minutes ago. And then we don't have contact. We don't have contact of all our students. So it's from student to student that we are having them on board.
Contact.
You know,
Yeah.
when I made an announcement, I even put it in my status, in my WhatsApp status, so that everybody that goes to my WhatsApp status can see it and read the announcement. And this is where they are learning from. And then parents and teachers are sharing the information to who want to hear. I mean, and then so it's a barrier when we don't have the contact of our learner. So not all our learners are in the group. You see, maintaining student in a group is a challenge. Maintain them and get concentrated is a challenge, because when you give an activity, you give them 10 minutes to do it. Someone will come 30 minutes later and tell you, yes, this is my answer. I say, no, you have to be there, you have to be tuned in and stay with us. It's not easy to maintain them. We also have some difficulties in preparing online classes. It's not easy for us because this is new. We were not used to it. So you see, such as finding appropriate material, finding motivative activities to maintain learners in the group, so as to reach our goal of helping them to sit efficiently for their exam at the end of the year. So these are the barriers I've noticed, put down here. I said both teachers, they don't have access to internet, poor network coverage. It is relatively easy for teachers, but not for learners to buy credit. Most learners, they don't have a smartphone nor a computer. They use their parents. Actors lack technical skill. We teachers, the promoter of those groups, we don't have all our learners' contact. So some are excluded from the classes. So we also have difficulties in preparing online. Because I will leave Abigail to share with us her experience. Thank you.
Great, Abigail. Now tell me barriers in.
I'm tempted. I'm just smiling because I just want to say Joseph said it all.
Yes, you're smiling. I was asking why.
Yeah, we all have common problems in Africa. And he said it all. We have the same barriers when it comes to online teaching and learning. The students lack phones, appropriate phones. Most of them do have phones which are not Android, cannot have access to WhatsApp, for instance. The famous problem of credits for data is it's over demanding to ask your students to stay online for 30 to 1 hour for classes. We understand with them that that's been too demanding because they were not prepared for it, neither were their parents. And this very, very famous poor electricity. In Cameroon, we always have this constant blackout, which does not favor our online learning. So at times, the students could be available, the teacher could be available, there could be network, but there is no electricity, and it makes the whole thing very, very difficult. Lack of technical skills, like we just mentioned, and getting the students' attention, like Joseph said. Joseph just enumerated all of them. We have the same difficulties. It's pretty difficult to keep those students concentrated for 30 minutes or more or less. They just want to play, just want to go out of topic, and preparing their lessons. Now, since it's focused on visual learning, they're doing much more of reading before interactions. You have to make those lessons attractive to the eyes, because if you just come and post some crazy long text, they're just going to feel bored and they wouldn't even read it. So preparing attractive lessons for the students is also time consuming, and it's very, very stressful for the unprepared teachers that we are. And those are the difficulties that or the barriers that we encounter in online teaching.
Both of you have enumerated those barriers you are facing concerning online teaching. And now, how can we iron out all these problems? What could we do to face these challenges? Abigail.
Please, before Abigail speak. Hello, Dr. Flavia, can you get me?
Yeah.
Before Abigail speaks, I would like everybody, I would like the other participant to mute the microphone. We have too much noise inside.
Okay, dear participant, could you please mute your microphones? Thanks in advance. So Abigail, now we have many challenges in teaching through line in Africa, in Cameroon and in Benin. And now could you please tell us a little bit how to face those difficulties?
Wow, that's a huge one there. How to face, how to overcome such barriers. I simply think, apart of being a little bit more creative as a teacher, we would as well need to go back to the government with pleads or with demands. For instance, maybe we should get the government help us with some free data. I don't know how that's going to be possible, but it will be very interesting if our government, various governments try to, like, I don't know, think about having us teachers get access to, why not free data that we may in turn share with our students. That might be amazing. And of course, when I talked about lack of electricity, constant blackout, it's still the role of our government to make sure that electricity be on point round the clock. Talking about the technical skills, well, might be we must have learned a lot with COVID-19 forced rest period. And I am thinking of making the ICT lessons that we've been having in our various schools a little bit more practical as concerns online learning. When I think of the various ICT lessons that I used to see my students do, we scarcely take into consideration that part of ICT, using ICT tools to learn. So maybe if our computer science teachers could get more involved in that domain, that is teaching ICT, for the students to get more used to the various methods of learning through ICT, that's going to be wonderful. And of course, us the teachers, we are not well equipped technically, so we might as well go for online teaching workshops
Training.
to learn how to take our students online for lessons. Maybe Joseph would help me with some of the other solutions. That's just what I had ready.
Okay, Joseph, what are the other?
Yes. Well, we have common problem. African countries are having common the same problem.
Indeed.
As
Yeah.
Abigail mentioned it, I think some solution to overcome those barriers. I think the government, as Abigail pointed it out, the government should help citizens to have more access to internet. This is serious. If the government can help students to have, citizens to have more access to internet, this will be a solution. GSM companies should also enlarge. They should enlarge their coverage potentialities nationwide.
Yeah.
Because we have some regions which are not covered at all. When you are in those regions, you don't have the network, and it's a serious problem. Now, for technical problems, technical barriers, I think I am intending to organize online training through Zoom, through Zoom app, the one we are using right now, through Zoom app to help empower and build some teachers' capacities, those who are willing to have to be more equipped with it, So I'm intending to organize something like that for online. It could also be the same for learners. I could also organize something for learners, or maybe the empowered teachers will in turn help the student with those technical skills. Teachers should also see this COVID time. They should see it as an opportunity to learn more about online teaching, how it is done, and I think we also have a group in Benin that we call English Workshop, which is doing something perfectly well here, but it's not on teaching online. We are CDP, I mean, helping teachers to improve professionally. The group is doing a perfect job, but I think these are my solution, some of the solution, what I can add to what Abigail said to overcome those barriers. Government should help because the purchasing power of the citizen in Benin, you know what is it, is not something very interesting. So, and this should also help have a network everywhere in the country. So, if you still have me on, hello?
Yes, thank you.
We
Thank you,
still have
Joseph.
you on, Joe.
Thank you.
Like
Flavian.
Yeah, do you still have me on?
Yes.
We still have you on,
Okay.
Joseph.
So this is what I want to say. So I am intending to organize an online training for teachers who are willing to learn more about online teaching, English online teaching. So
Thank
this is
you.
what I can
Thank
say.
you. Thank you, Joseph. Flavian, Ansu is in the room and he's raising his hand. Can you give him a chance
I've
to
seen, I
talk?
think,
yes,
okay.
Okay.
yes,
And so we'll be
answer,
waiting.
Yes, we've been waiting for you.
answer. Oh,
Yeah,
Ansu, you
good
need
evening
to
once more.
unmute yourself.
I
are you
was,
getting me? Answer.
Yeah, I think he's there. His
No
microphone is
answer.
mute. His microphone is muted.
Maybe we should text
He
him
has to
about that.
unmute his microphone. Okay, right.
What I did. What I did. Okay, now let us continue.
Hello.
Yes,
I think we can hear him now.
okay, welcome. Hello?
You have to click on your microphone, on your, you said the hearing?
Hello?
Click on the hearing.
Hello? Answer. Hello? Okay, let's continue to
Hello?
this. Yes, answer. Are you there?
Hello?
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 Oh, sorry.
Hello?
I'm very sorry. Yes, answer. Can you?
Yes,
Hello?
Yes.
I'm
Hello?
sure it's the problem of network.
Hello? Yeah, it is.
Okay, and good now.
Hello?
Yes, yes.
Hello?
Hello? So let's continue with
Hello?
our discussion. Abigail.
Yeah.
Hello. Yes. Now you, I have to. I mean, what are you doing? You as a teacher of English, what are you doing to solve this problem? Because you have talked in the general way, and now I want you to be more specific. What
Yeah.
you can do in order to iron out this problem.
Which of the problems? Could you be
That you
more
have
specific?
enumerated those challenges. You have enumerated many
Okay.
challenges
Okay.
in teaching online. Now, what do you
Okay.
suggest?
Okay. what I forgot to mention while I was talking about possible solutions was that in our association, in our Camelta association, we do have many teachers, many colleagues who are very versed with the ICT online teaching. And we have ability groups where these colleagues that are very versed with the ICT online teaching notions help some of us who are not very versed with it. That's for helping the teachers. Now, I in particular, it's an embarrassing question. Well, like I just said, we were not ready for the online teaching stuff. It just came upon us because of the pandemic, the pandemic break. And I don't tend to minimize the few activities that I have been having with the students. I think it's some sort of introducing
Sorry,
them to
mute?
ICT.
Can people mute themselves, please? Joko, Christian, mute yourself.
Okay.
You have too many sounds inside.
Okay.
So like I was saying,
Are you getting me?
Yes. We have a lot.
Are you getting me?
I'm getting you.
Okay, I'm
Abigail, you
Ansu.
have it.
Yeah, I'm Ansu from Guinea.
Abigail, you have it.
No,
Yes,
I think
answer.
Ansu
Yes,
is trying
I'm
to
answering.
say something. Maybe we should get to him first.
yes.
Okay,
It's better.
I'm talking about question number 2. What is
Okay.
concerning about the COVID-19, the opportunity of COVID-19 are given to English teachers to take significant step in improving online learning is because currently due to the global health situation. Hello?
Yes,
We are getting you,
we can
Ansu.
hear you.
Okay, most of our government have suspended their courses, and students and teachers stay at home. This opened
Right.
opportunity for teachers to get familiar with teaching online because it's something new, especially in Africa. Teaching online is something new. It's not familiar to teachers. But due to COVID-19, most of the teachers are trying to force their way to get familiar with online teaching. But they have a lot of difficulties, as my colleagues of Cameroon said. There's a lot of difficulty and challenges because most of the students don't have the possibility to have Android phone as well as computer. And online teaching cannot go on without computers or Android phones. So most of our students, especially students as well as teachers, they don't have the possibility to have the Android phone. So this is the big challenge for online teaching here in my country. But now, the problem here now, my government is fighting hard to introduce online teaching, especially for 2 levels. The 10th grade levels, which is called brevet students, and also the 13th grade level, which is called the baccalaureate students. So the government is fighting hard, and very soon, there will be online courses for those 2 levels. This is the movement. But for the other students, I don't think that will be possible because it contains a lot of expensive, and our students are not too much habitual to that. So for the movement in Guinea here, my government is trying to fight hard in order for those 2 levels to benefit the online lesson, online courses. That will be done pretty soon at the end of this month.
Okay.
Hello?
Now, answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes?
Now we are we are now on the different solutions to those problems. Will you provide
Yes.
your what you think should be done in order to face these
Hello?
challenges?
Hello?
Answer, are you around? Yes. You have the floor. Answer. Hello?
Hello?
Hello? Yes.
Hello?
Joseph, are you getting me?
I'm there. I'm there. I'm tuning.
Hello?
Ansu is really involved with
Yes.
network.
Hello?
Yes. Okay, we are running out of time, and now let's start the last question. What is now before the last question?
I think
Yes,
we have finished with the
you.
questions.
Yeah, Joseph, tell
Yes?
me about what you basically you doing in order to face these challenges as a teacher in your country.
Ah, it's not easy at all. I think through Binti, we are going to work out to see how to help everybody. But the problem is, it's not sure we cover all the classes. It's not sure we cover all the level. Those who are in the first, second, and third form will not be it's not be possible for us to teach them online because as Ansu said it a few minutes ago, it's a lot of expensive, and who is paying us? Nobody is paying us, so we are just doing it because we it's a passion for us to work on online. We like it and we are doing. In fact, I think through Binti, I'm going to negotiate with the chairperson of Binti how to organize training for teachers to get them equipped with technical skills so as to organize some. And then, as I think it's Kwasi from Cameroon or Cote d'Ivoire, I think Cote d'Ivoire, he has mentioned something very important. He said, yes, even in Benin, smartphones, the use of smartphone is forbidden. It's banned in school. Neither the student nor the teacher should use a smartphone at school. And this is another barrier to, to the technical skills. I think even if they won't use it in class, I think it's not possible to totally forbid the use of computer, I mean, smartphone. So this is also something which is which the government should think about to equip, to let teachers and students be well equipped with using a smartphone, because I'm sure if students were using their smartphone at this time of COVID now, they will take advantage of it, and then we will have a lot of contacts to put into the group and teach them. So I think we are going to see what to do and help everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Now, tell me, you all belong to an association.
Yes.
Joseph belong to Binti. Abigail belong to Camelta, and Ansu Soare belong to Get. And now, tell me, what is the vision of your association in order to have an effective online teaching? Could you share the vision of your association?
Well, if you allow me to speak.
Okay, Joseph, go on.
Do I still have the floor?
You still have the floor, Joe.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think we don't wish this pandemic situation lasted for long. As soon as things will cool down, I think we are going to see what to do. The vision is to empower teachers, and this is an opportunity for us now to tackle the online teaching. because as most of the participants or all of the participants said it, it's new. We are not familiar with teaching online or learning online. So I think Binti will see to it to how to organize a thing so that teachers know more about teaching online and even learning online. This is I will negotiate with the chairperson of my association, Mr. Gafuru, to see what to do. So this is what I can say.
Yes, like I said, like I said earlier, in Camelta, online teaching is a new notion, and the ability group that Camelta has is full of so many elderly colleagues with a huge know-how on ICT for teaching and learning, and we've been having some few hours of teaching for now. That's still timid, but I think with time we are going to get a stable timetable for us to teach us in Camelta to get more versed with the ICT notions, and maybe take this know-how to back to our students. But beyond our Camelta association, I would also like immediately school reopens to maybe talk with the computer sciences head of department to see how to canalize their teaching towards helping the students get more versed with the various platforms they can use for online learning. I mean, most of these students do have computers at home and may have free access to Wi-Fi, but they don't know anything about the various learning platforms and thus can't get or can't have access to it. So for now, in Camelta, we are having our various persons.
Abigail,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we are running out of. Now, your last word. Your last word.
My last word is in
Word
Camelta.
Africa.
Sorry, I didn't get you well.
Neither do I.
I think he has network wahala as us.
He
He said
himself.
to round up. What I will simply say it was a great opportunity being a participant for our first online talk show. I look forward to being a participant some other time. I was happy to meet Joseph, Ansu, and our moderator. And I'm so overwhelmed when I read the reactions. I mean, I think it was a success. So thank you and stay blessed.
Okay, thank you.
Do I have the floor?
I think you have the floor, Joe.
Okay, yeah, he has not given me the floor, so this is why I've not.
No, I'll give you the floor. Go ahead.
I have a question, guys.
Okay, I have to thank TESOL Africa and Binti, who gave me this opportunity to take part in this discussion through Zoom. It's a good initiative. I'm very happy to represent my association, Binti. I mean the National Benin National Teacher of English Association. We have to thank Dr. Flavia for organizing this discussion too. Very, and as Abigail said, be blessed. Thank you.
Indeed.
Okay, so we still have a webinar tomorrow at 7 p.m. GMT.
Yes.
So you are all invited to the webinar, and thank you for participating in this first online discussion. And I wish you good night and bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much. Good job.